Hey everybody, I know I probably haven't done this in a while, but I thought I'd hit you with a little bit of WWE news. I'm sure you also watch Sean C Entertainment, check him out. He gives plenty of news almost all day. There's no doubt about that. Whether you want to believe him or not, he's always at least letting you guys know what's going on if you don't want to go to the dirt sheets. But several news items have been coming out. First of all, as far as Extreme Rules go, it seems we know 2, if not 3 of the matches going into Extreme Rules. We know we're going to have Cena and Ryback for the WWE Championship. We know, no doubt, there's going to be Ziggler and Del Rio down the line, if not maybe a fatal 4-way, depending on what happens. Maybe even a championship scramble, we don't know. But we know something is going to be involved with the world title. So, expect Ziggler to be defending either in a one-on-one match with Del Rio, a triple threat with Del Rio and Swagger, possibly add Jericho in there for maybe a fatal 4-way, and maybe even Fandango for a championship scramble. It all depends exactly what direction they go with. But we do know Ziggler will be defending most likely against Del Rio, but then again, we could end up having a multiple-man matchup with some of the names I just mentioned. And speaking of Extreme Rules, it seems that as we've been seeing on Raw this past Monday night, and as you're going to see this Friday on SmackDown, apparently Kane and Daniel Bryan coming out to confront the Shield and kind of stand side by side with The Undertaker and Triple H. Apparently the confirmed matchup for them will be Team Hell No defending the tag titles against 2 members of the Shield. Now, I think the most likely combination for the Shield would obviously have to go with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. You have to go with those 2 as the combination. Because Dean Ambrose is sort of like the leader, right? So the leader needs to focus more on a singles title than the tag title. So I think more of a Reigns and a Roman Reigns and a Seth Rollins would be the better combination. Now the rumor is, as of right now, but things can change, is Team Hell No is expected to drop the tag titles to the Shield at Extreme Rules, depending on the combination they face. Well, it probably doesn't depend. It doesn't matter exactly what 2 they'll face, but they're expected just to drop the belts. But again, Extreme Rules is obviously in a few weeks. That's then. This is now. Things could change. Now, the other news, Undertaker and Triple H, speaking of them, there's speculation that WWE could team them up together. Well, as of right now, neither one of them is penciled in to be part of this feud, but the hints, obviously, for Monday and tomorrow night on SmackDown have been thrown in there that they will at least be involved against the Shield in some way. And if it is them teaming up against the Shield, that would be quite interesting. Then, the other rumor going around, I just watched it and heard what Sean had to say about it. WWE is coming up with a new match type, something that apparently is going to change the way we watch wrestling matches forever, or the way we view wrestling forever. We don't know. The thing is, we don't know what match type that is, although it's something that, according to the rumor, he says it's a rumor, is going to change wrestling, the way people look at wrestling forever, or at least for a time. It's going to get its own pay-per-view, just like Hell in a Cell, Money in the Bank, Elimination Chamber, and TLC have gotten. I'm sorry for the pause that I was trying to think. As well as just, be something that would surprise people. Now, nobody knows exactly what this could be. If it's supposed to get its own pay-per-view, then what will it be? And there's many speculations going out there. I mean, Sean's thinking of what could it be. Could it be no ropes, no ring? Who knows what it could be? Who knows? Could it be sort of going into an MMA style like pay-per-view? Would that be something? We don't know. I mean, with the news going around, does it want to be more family friendly? It kind of makes you wonder exactly what you're going to be dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So the question is exactly what are we going to get? I mean, we've had a lot of matches kind of revolutionize, WWE bring out a lot of matches that have revolutionized the business, and a lot of other companies have taken that same concept and made it their own. I mean, I remember WCW took the concept of Hell in a Cell and they dubbed it Caged Heat. It was basically the Hell in a Cell, but they dubbed it Caged Heat. And then I guess they improved on that or evolved on that by making it into that three-tower cage that that we first saw on Ready to Rumble, and then we saw at Slamboree, and then on Nitro in 2000. So it proves that companies can evolve on that, especially, and also you got TLC, which TNA has taken on as their own, and have called it Full Metal Mayhem, with the addition of any other metallic object besides tables, ladders, and chairs. You know what I'm saying? And then also TNA taking on the concept of the Money in the Bank deal. And instead of just giving a world title shot, they give, it's sort of like a gamble. They sort of evolved, they sort of kind of took the Money in the Bank concept and put a twist to it, it's more like a gamble. It's like you're gambling possibly your career in the company at that time. Like, you don't know whether or not you're going to be fired or you're going to end up getting a title shot. You don't know. So it all depends. So basically, whatever this match type is and how it's going to change wrestling, the way we view wrestling, expect all the other companies out there to kind of take that on as their own version in some way. You know, who knows what it could be? That's the question. And then one of the last rumors going around, one of the last news stories going around is something that a lot of smart marks, if you will, a lot of fans have been waiting for. Because if you've been watching NXT, two of these individuals down there are people you've been waiting to see get called up. And according to the report and the rumor and the news report, whatever, these two, along with another, are going to be called up to the main roster very soon. Those three individuals are Cassius Ohno, Chris Hero, Bray Wyatt, Husky Harris, basically be the second time called up, so basically he's being called back up, but in other words, new gimmick. As well as a surprise, because I thought they'd keep him a little longer down there, Adrian Neville, Pac. That's right. So basically, from a real name standpoint, Chris Hero, Husky Harris, and Pac are going to be called up, are being reported and rumored to be called up very, very soon to the main roster of WWE. Now the question is, what impact will these three make? A lot of people, I'm pretty sure, are hoping that when Cassius Ohno gets called up, that they're going to pair him with Antonio, and thus do their own version of the Kings of Wrestling, which, quite frankly, I would love to see. Kings of Wrestling, in my opinion, one of the best tag teams ever in the history of in the recent history of wrestling. One of the best tag teams out there, and fans gravitate them. Whether they love them or they hate them, they gravitate. So that's going to be pretty interesting. Bray Wyatt, how he's introduced, I'm pretty sure they're going to keep his gimmick that he has in NXT, and they're going to probably try to evolve on that a little bit when they bring him up to the main roster. And as far as Adrian Neville goes, it's going to be interesting what they do with him. I would expect that if he's being called up, very soon I would expect him maybe to get pushed towards the Intercontinental Championship, if not the United States Championship, down the line. Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if they team him up with a returning Evan Bourne and have a tag team there. So, but that's just all the new WWE news and rumors as of today. Again, go and Google all this news stuff you want to, go to places like lordsofpain.net, No DQ, Wrestling News Source, you name it, and you'll get some news whether you want to believe it or not. Check out Sean's View Entertainment. He's always constantly keeping you updated. And that's about it. That's all I'm going to say. But it's very interesting news coming out of WWE this week. So let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. Talk to you later.